Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you've not been here before, I'm Naomi and I'm going to be taking you through your yoga class today. So good morning, you're probably doing this class in the morning when you've woken up. Maybe actually you work night shifts or something and you've woken up in the afternoon but you need to get yourself energized. This is a great practice to help you get out of bed, help you feel as though you're ready to tackle the day. So we're going to be starting quite gently. We're going to work sort of through the upper body, and then we're going to finish with a few stronger poses to really bring us some energy. And hopefully it will help you just get that get up and go, to get out of bed and to keep going and get your day started. You can do this actually in your bed if you like. If you can't even make it off the bed today, you can just do it on top of the bed, but you might find it's a little better. You might find you can get deeper into the stretches if you come onto a yoga mat. You don't need any other props other than that. It's about a 10 to 15 minute sequence. We're not doing anything too strenuous, but we are going to finish with some strengthening poses, some back bends, which are energizing, they're uplifting, and they're going to hopefully make you just feel as though you can go out and tackle your day. So whether you're watching this in the morning as you've woken up, maybe it's a quick lunchtime flow to get you back into your afternoon of work. Maybe, as I said, you work night shifts or something and you're doing this later in the day when everybody else is winding down, and you just need that extra pick-me-up instead of a cup of coffee, or as well if you're feeling really tired. Hopefully this will give you something just to help that body keep going, and also to get the mind ticking over and getting you all switched on, ready for your day ahead. So when you're ready, we're going to come to kneeling. If you can't sit kneeling, if it's uncomfortable on the knees, you're more than welcome to sit cross-legged. If you do have any injuries, just please be mindful of these as we go through the practice, remembering that you're practicing virtually, that I'm not there to adjust you and to help you. So always remembering in your yoga practice to listen to your body. That is the most important thing. If anything feels uncomfortable, you back off, you ease off, and you either take a different variation or you just miss that pose out. It's always your choice in yoga. So we're going to come to kneeling. Just finding yourself kneeling, just roll those shoulders. Maybe if you've just woken up, you want to do these first few poses with the eyes closed, go for it. We're going to just close those eyes if you wish. You can leave them open if you prefer. If you're going to fall asleep with the eyes closed, then leave them open. And we're going to drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Drop the chin to the chest and roll it around. So we're taking little semicircles. Take the right ear to the right shoulder. Drop the chin to the chest, roll the head around, take the opposite ear, opposite shoulder. We're going to take this a few times, just gently warming up into the neck and the head and the shoulders. So you can flow your own pace, you can go slower if you wish, not taking it too quick. So if you're flowing with me, that's about the fastest that we want to go. Taking right ear, right shoulder, left ear, left shoulder. And the hands are just resting on the thighs. We're just softly warming into the neck. You're probably going to feel that quite deeply across those muscles that sort of connect neck to shoulder. You're going to feel that quite a lot. And then taking one more flow, and this time just come back to neutral and come back to center, lift the gaze. We're going to take left hand over to right ear. So take it all the way over the head. And begin to tip the head over towards the left-hand side, so left ear to left shoulder. You're just going to draw with that left hand, just draw the head down towards the left-hand side. If that's enough, stay here. If you want to take it deeper, take the fingertips of the right arm to the mat and feel that stretch. You're going to feel that lovely stretch. So we were just working on that little bit of the shoulder and the neck. Now we're increasing that stretch, feeling that deeper. Close the eyes. Make sure that the head, the gaze is just forward, the chest is forward. We're not bending through the back, we're not rounding through the spine. Particularly if you have just woken up, you might find that you're rounding quite a lot through the spine. Try to keep it open. Try to keep that spine neutral. And just feel that gentle stretch. Feel that lengthening through the side of the head. Breathing for 2 more cycles of breath. Breathing in and out throughout the nose if you can. Really nice. Release it back to center. Release that arm down and switch sides. So taking right hand to left ear. And either hand onto the thigh, perhaps start there. Always best to start with something more gentle to begin with. And then if you wish, take the fingertips of the left hand to the mat. And you'll just feel, as you take those fingertips down, you'll feel that deeper stretch. If you are in cross-legged, taking the fingertips down, you will feel a slightly deeper stretch, but it won't be as deep as if you were kneeling. So if you're sitting cross-legged and not feeling much, that's okay, don't worry. Just go with what you can. It's more important you protect the knees than it is to find a deep, deep stretch. So breathing through the nose, closing the eyes, and we'll breathe together for 3. Breathing in air, helping you feel a little energized. Exhale, breathe out any negativity. Inhale, breathe in fresh air. Exhale, breathe out any stale air. Taking your final cycle of breath in this pose. Really nice. Really good. And unwind, come back to center. You're going to feel that neck is hopefully feeling really nice and stretched out. We're going to take the arms up to the sky. Activate those palms. So those palms are really stretched. The fingertips are spreading away from each other. Exhale, twist to the right. You can still be in cross-legged if you prefer. And then try not to take out your pot plant as you come down. And we're going to take right hand onto left hand onto right knee. And then we're going to twist behind. If you wish, you can gaze over back shoulder. And as we're in this twist right now, feel the core activating. So it's tempting just kind of hang out. If you're tired, if you're just waking up, you're like, yeah, this feels really good. Try to draw the spine tall. Try to use the core to twist you around. And by activating our abdominal muscles, we're encouraging more blood flow into the torso. We're encouraging that blood flow to increase. We're encouraging, therefore, the breath perhaps to speed up a bit. We're just encouraging the body to switch on. Inhale back to center, lift those arms tall, activate the fingertips, really reach as high as you can. Now you'll feel those abdominals and twist to the other side. So we're taking right fingertips to left knee, twisting to the left. Hand behind is just resting on the fingertips. And then gaze over back shoulder and breathe. Always remember to breathe in your twist. I know it's hard, but you might find that breath just fills the upper lungs. You might not be able to breathe all the way down, and that's fine. Inhale into the upper lungs if that's all you can, and then as you exhale, maybe you twist deeper. Keeping those abdominals working, really feeling that core switching on. Really good. One more cycle of breath. Inhale back to center, lift the hands up tall, lengthen through the fingertips. Beautiful. Bring the hands down to the side of the body. We're going to find all fours. So this is where if you are on your bed, it might get a little bit wobbly, but that's good. It's just extra core training. So don't worry if you are on your bed, you're more than welcome to stay. We're going to take knees underneath hips, wrists underneath shoulders. You can tuck the toes if you prefer. I like to have mine tops of feet onto the mat. It really is your choice. We're going to come through some cycles of cat-cow. So as you inhale, dip the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, round through the spine, gaze between the knees. Inhale, dip the belly, open the chest, slowly moving the spine. Exhaling, rounding through the back, doming out. Take 2 more cycles. Inhale, dip the belly, open the chest, get as far into that spine as you can. Exhaling through the nose, rounding through the spine, gaze between the knees. Last cycle, inhale, dip the belly. Exhale, round the spine. Beautiful, really nice. And then come back to neutral. And here we're going to come into a little bit of a flow now. So we're going to open up, right hand to the sky, gaze towards the thumb. Exhale, thread the right arm with purpose underneath the left and reach right shoulder down towards the earth. Rest it for a moment and then inhale, open up. Exhale, thread. Really reach that hand as far as you can. Release shoulder to mat. Inhale, open up with purpose. Really nice. So it's about consciously moving here. We're not just lobbing the body around. We're using our muscles to get deeper into that flow. Inhale and open. Exhale, thread through. Really nice. So one more time. So we're opening through the thoracic spine. We've opened the front and the back of the spine. Now we're twisting and getting into the shoulders a little bit more. This time coming down, settling on the mat. So you'll feel the right shoulder blade, the right side of the head on the earth, and settle here. The left hand is just on the mat, and we're just allowing the whole of the torso to relax. There shouldn't be too much pressure into the head. You should feel most of the weight through the left hand and through the right shoulder, and the head should feel relatively weightless. Inhale, come back to center. Find yourself back in center. And we're going to do the other side. So open up, left hand to sky, gaze to thumb. Exhale, thread it through, and we keep the shoulder off the mat until that last moment. Then we release shoulder down. Inhale, open up, and you'll notice my palm and my fingertips are active. Exhale, thread it through. So by taking the activation all the way to the fingertips, I'm waking up the body. Inhale and open to the sky. Exhale, thread through. Really nice. Release shoulder and head to the mat. Inhale, push up through left arm all the way to the sky. Exhaling down to the mat. Really nice. One more time. Energize through the body as you open to the sky. Tops of the feet firm to the mat. And exhale, thread it through. This time settling down into your twist. Settling down onto your side. Feel that stretch. Feel that lengthen across the shoulder blades. Close the eyes if you wish. If you're not going to fall asleep, feel free. And settle in. And just breathe. Try to find your breath in and out throughout the nose. And when you're ready, coming back to center. In this pose, we're going to take our puppy dog pose. So it's a really nice heart-opening pose without using too much energy. So we're going to start our back bends gently, and we're going to finish nice and strong. So we're going to keep hips over knees. Walk hands a little bit further out in front of you, and then sink the chest down towards the mat. So if you have come into the pose and you're not sure if you're in it right, you can just take a gaze at your screen now, and you'll see that my chest is sinking down, and I've got a back bend going on. So I'm not long and straight. I'm sinking my chest lower than my hips, allowing a back bend to come into the body. So this is a passive back bend. So we want the shoulder blades to relax. We want the torso to soften and just close the eyes. If you wish, you can take the forehead to the mat. If you're really flexible and it feels okay on the neck, you can take the chin to the mat. I find that's too much in the mornings. I like to just take the forehead to the mat in the mornings. My neck is not up to that in the mornings, but it's always your choice. Yogi's choice. We're going to stay here for 3 full cycles of breath. Allow the shoulders to soften. Allow the body to relax. Settle in. And then when you're ready, we're going to try to keep the forearms where they are. We're going to snake through. Elbows stay firmed to the mat to release the hips down. You might find you need to wiggle the hips back a little bit. Take tops of the feet to the mat. Just make sure the elbows are in line with the shoulders and open the chest between the upper arms. Sphinx pose. So in our Sphinx pose, we want the glutes activated, so squeeze your bum as tight as you can. The whole of the back body is activated. The front body is stretching. So often when we sleep, the front of the body is shorter and the back body is longer. Here we're opening it up the other way. We're opening through the front body. We're strengthening through the back body. We're switching up how the body has been for a couple of, or hopefully more than a couple of hours, how the body's been overnight. So we're changing our pattern and we're allowing the front of the body some stretch and strengthening the back body. And our back bends, they're energizing. So by now, you're going to probably feel that you're a little bit warmer. You've probably forgotten that you've only just woken up and you're thinking, when are we getting out of this pose? One more breath. We're going to do it together. One more breath. Really nice. And as you exhale, release elbows out to the side. Take forehead down to the mat onto the hands. And then bend the knees so the soles of the feet just come up to the sky and wave the knees
Wave the feet side to side, so we're just releasing through the lower spine. Because in the mornings, back bends can feel quite strong. If that's enough, if your Sphinx pose is enough, you can stay with your Sphinx pose. If you're feeling relatively mobile through the back, you want to come into your next back bend, then you're more than welcome to come with me. Otherwise, just keep doing your Sphinx pose. We're going to take hands just behind the shoulders, so at chest height, and try not to let the elbows flop to the side. They're going to want to do this. We want to wrap the shoulder blades, glue them onto the back, and the elbows wrap in towards the body. Tops of feet firm to the mat. Squeeze the glutes. Open the chest. So we're coming into our cobra pose. We're finding nice long spine in a back bend. So although we're in our back bend, we're not in a straight line with the spine. The spine is still long. We're not just crunching into the lower back, which is tendency. We kind of hang out here. Bring it lower down. Find a nice long spine, front and back of spine long. And breathe. Breathe in and out throughout the nose. If you know your Ujjayi breath, you're more than welcome to take it now. That'll help you energize as well. That'll help you stay in the pose for a little bit longer. We're going to stay here for 3 more cycles of breath. I know it's strong. Keep it going. Really nice. Breathing for 2. Breathing for 1. And when you're ready, releasing chest down to mat. Take elbows out to the side like we did before. Take forehead to hands. Bend the knees and sway the feet side to side. Now you've got 2 options. Stay in your Sphinx pose. Come into Cobra pose. Or if you want to come into our 3rd and final back bend today, then you can come with me. So taking your option, whichever you want. If you're coming into the 3rd and final back bend, we're going to start opening it into Cobra. Squeeze all of the back muscles. Maybe that's enough. Maybe you change your mind. You don't want to come into variation 3, and that's fine. If you want to come into variation 3, hover the hands, lower the chest. Inhale, lift. And lower. 3 more times. Lift, hands stay off the mat. And lower. Squeeze those glutes, squeeze the back muscles, lift. And lower. 1 more time. Lift. And lower. Beautiful. Wherever you are, whichever back bend you're in, take the hands to the mat. Push the hips up and back. Take the tops of the feet to the earth, the big toes together. Send the bum to the heels and wiggle those hips. Wiggle the shoulders into that gap in the center. Release the forehead to the mat. If you are still on your bed, then if you want, you can grab your pillow and you can put your pillow lengthways down the front of your child's pose. And sometimes that can feel really, really nice. And if you're on the floor, if you're near your bed, you can do the same. Or you can just stay in a normal child's pose with me. We're going to keep the arms out in front of us, so we're not fully relaxing. We're going to keep those hands spread as wide as possible. Close the eyes. And we're going to take 5 full cycles of breath here, so we're not doing a full relaxation. We're just allowing the breath and the heart rate to slow a little, but we're not getting rid of our energy. Chances are, if you've only just woken up, if we did a relaxation, you might fall back asleep. So this is our relaxation here. So as you breathe, breathe into the body. Breathe energy in. Exhale, soften all the muscles. Inhale, feel energy through the body. Exhale, soften the muscles. And if you have an intention for the day, whatever your intention is, set it now. If there's something particularly that you wanted to work on, whether it's something on your to-do list or whether it's something more emotional, if there's something that you wanted to practice today, set that intention now. Set yourselves up. And take another cycle of breath. And then when you're ready, walk those hands up to the hips and just come to kneeling for a moment. Maybe you want to roll the shoulders. Maybe you just want to gently wiggle the spine side to side. Do whatever feels good. And just take a moment just to settle back And just find yourself awake and alive.
So thank you very, very much for practicing with me this morning, or perhaps this evening if you're doing this class as an energizing this evening, or lunchtime, whenever you're doing it. But I hope that now you feel as though you are ready to tackle the rest of the day, and hopefully you feel really energized and just alive and awake. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.